An MLM Success System is exactly what you need. I'll explain everything coming up next. Hey everybody, it's Will Stoff. Thank you for joining me here on another video series. I am the lead rainmaker. MLM Success System, what exactly is it? Well, I'll tell you right now, there's a company that has that right now that's outperforming other top MLM companies. There are glaring problems with MLM companies, and we're going to highlight a couple of them in this webinar here. It goes for about an hour long, so just be prepared for that. But we really get down and explain some of the biggest problems with network marketing companies. Now, you've heard the typical nonsense about it being a pyramid scheme and all that. And well, we don't believe that. We believe that the MLM network marketing industry is vibrant. It's a great place to be. But there are glaring problems that don't go addressed many times with some of the top MLM companies out there. And we're going to address those right now. And let's do that. So sit back and enjoy this webinar. Take it in and find out about this new company that has changed the paradigm, that has shifted everything and turned it upside down on its head, and doing things completely different than what other network marketing companies are doing, and they're taking advantage of it in a big way. You've got to check this out. You've got to find out more about their MLM Success System right here, which is outperforming top MLM companies. So without further ado, let's take it away.
If you're in the Zoom, you can chat in where you are watching from, and of course we will welcome you. Let me make sure that we're going live on Facebook. Okay, good. We got that. I want to make sure that that is streaming with audio. Cool. All right. Cool. Drop a 1 if you can hear me. And I want to make sure. Cool. Drop a 1. Okay, looks like that's working. Awesome. Fantastic. Fantastic, guys. Welcome, Chicago. Welcome from Israel. Welcome, San Diego. Welcome, Canada. Oregon, SF, Italy. We got England, Florida, Tennessee. We have Lithuania, Los Angeles. My goodness. San Francisco. I can't even keep up. They're going so fast. We got Houston. We have Cynthia from Scotland. Esther. We have Atlanta. We got Austin. All right, fantastic. So guys, I'm just going to share this one time real quick. We're going to get started in about 30 seconds. I want you all, and I know this is a bit of a stretch for some of you. If you're like me, you have a lot of windows open on your computer right now. You know, you got Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, email. Maybe you're old school. You're actually texting people with the phone. Once you've invited everybody to get on live, hey, welcome South Africa in the house. We got Texas, more Texans in the house, a lot of Texans represented. I want you to just focus on what we're going to say, because what we're going to reveal to you over the next short period of time literally has changed my life, and we are just getting started. And when you see who is on this webinar and the type of people and who's actually involved with what we are doing and what we are about to launch, you're definitely going to want to take notes. So let me check one more thing. Yes, we are recording. We are recording. We are recording. Okay, cool. So guys, you may notice something right off the bat. You might notice what I'm not wearing. And if you're paying attention, I'm wearing a t-shirt. And I am wearing pants, although I have been known to wear shorts on these webinars. Why do I say that? I'm not wearing a suit, and I'm definitely not wearing a tie. And I have not left the house today except for to go to the store. Why is that important? What we're going to talk to you about is related to home-based business. Literally working from home. In fact, there may be a cameo from one or both of my children in this webinar that have been known to take over these webinars. So take off your suit, you know, don't turn on your camera if you're taking off more than that, but just get yourself comfortable, relax. We're all at home. We do this from home, guys. And when you hear the story we're about to tell you, you are going to be finally ready to receive information on how you can actually work from home, how you can actually build a 6- and 7-figure business from your house, right? So drop a 1 if you're excited about that on the Facebook or in the Zoom if you're on the Zoom. Well, we got over 212 people live on the Zoom and plenty of people watching on Facebook. Guys, 10,000 people are going to see this in the next 24 hours. Mark my words. So you are here first. So guys, I just want to give a little bit of background as to how I was introduced to what you're about to see. You know, there's a friend of mine that I'm going to introduce you to later that I'm not going to tell you his name now, but let's just say he made millions of dollars in the home base industry, and he gave me a call. He says, Saul, you got to come meet somebody. I said, I am way too busy. For all of you busy people out there, and I know some of you have more kids than I do, so my hat is off to you. But at that time, I had 2 businesses plus a music career. We had 1 child that was about a year and almost 2 years, and we were literally about to give birth. Literally, like within weeks, number 2 was coming. So the last thing I had was time. I said, I literally don't have time. And he said, trust me, you want to be in the room. And I thought for a second, you know, sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And the person that has what you need to know might look and sound completely different than you imagine. They might have that one missing key to unlock your success story. And I thought, wait a second. If I don't make time for this, how am I going to hit the next level? How am I going to break through the ceiling of my mind of what I think is possible to make from home? So with that in mind, I thought, if I can get access to the skills, the mentorships, and to how this person thinks, I can get their results. And I want you to think about that as we're going along here with what you are able to get access to. Is if you show me your mentors, I will show you your future. Guaranteed. So guys, I'm so excited. I want to tell you more now, but I can't. But I will tell you this. There are multiple people that are walking away from 6- and 7-figure incomes to focus on what we are about to talk to you about. You got to ask yourself, look, maybe there's some of you that are making $100,000 a month, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a month, and you're all set. Maybe this webinar is not for you. That's okay. But for those of you that understand that there's a next level, that really believe that, you know what, you've been settling for good, but you're capable of great. Those of you that believe that, you know, maybe $1,000 a month extra is not enough. Maybe there's more. I want you to pay attention. I want you to pay extra close attention, guys, because some of you feel like you're not that guy. You're not that woman. You don't want to have a yacht. You don't want to have $1 million home, and you're not trying to be a millionaire. But I know that there's something that you need, and maybe it's just an extra $500 a month to help pay down that debt. Maybe it's $1,000 a month to help with that mortgage, or even if you're really thinking, $2,000 a month to pay for your kids' college, right? How many of you have that done, handled? So I want you to pay very close attention to what you're about to hear, guys. I'm so excited. And, you know, I want to introduce you to a couple of women that have absolutely crushed it in this industry. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with that term, that means they've made a lot of money. Like they've done over $50 million in sales, okay? Within the last decade. It wasn't like 20 years ago. It wasn't 50 years ago in Amway. It's like happening right now. And what they bring to the table will absolutely elevate the game that we are in and will give you a system of how to build a business from home. So, ladies, who's going first? You want to jump out? Can you unmute yourselves?
Hey, I will jump out here, Saul. Can you hear me loud and clear?
You sound great.
Awesome. I am actually off of the coast of South America right now on a cruise ship. And man, I'll tell you, one of the things that I love more than anything is technology. Because here I am in the ocean with you on a webinar, which is just so fantastic. And, technology really has made a huge, huge difference in the world. And whether you love tech or whether you hate tech, the reality is you use it every single day. You use it in your car when you drive to your job. You use it at your job. You use it when you check on your bank account. You use it when you call your kids. You're using it 24/7. And when you look at the wise, the new billionaires, the new millionaires, what industry are they coming out of? They're not coming out of retail like the Woolworths came in the 1900s, right? They're not coming out of, making books like the, people that invented Encyclopedia Britannica. They're tech moguls, right? I mean, even consider this: Amazon, a tech company. Whether you want to think about them as a retail company or not, they are a technology company. Amazon just bought Whole Foods. And what was the very first thing that they put into Whole Foods to represent Amazon? The Echo. You walk into Whole Foods now, what do you see as soon as you walk in? You see an Echo. Welcome to Whole Foods. We are now a technology company, right? So technology is making a huge, huge difference. And I'll tell you, I have been in this industry for 15 years. I've been in the direct selling industry for 15 years. I got started as a high school teacher. I didn't know anything about technology. I didn't even know how to use a computer. Like when I went to high school, they didn't even have computers. We did keyboarding on an actual typewriter, right? Like you learned how to type with paper, like, you rolled the paper and you typed. And technology has advanced over the last couple of years, right? And we've seen these incredible advancements, and it's only advancing faster and faster and faster and faster. And this is where the millionaires and the billionaires are being made. And I have to tell you, the way that I've made the majority of my money now, I've done well over, if I were to add it all up, probably well over $20-30 million in sales online. I don't do home parties. I don't do one-on-ones. You won't find me meeting with someone at a coffee shop. I went to an event and they told me I needed to talk to people in an elevator. That was not going to happen. I've built my entire business online. And the way that this works is, well, first of all, let me just tell you, not every business, not every industry is set up for viral success online. It just doesn't happen. And people can tell you that you can grow a business online, but I will pretty much bet money that if you're trying to sell vitamins or makeup or skin cream, that you're up against some of the biggest companies out there that pour billions of dollars into their online marketing to sell those specific things. Right? And you can buy vitamins on Amazon and whatever, but every once in a while there comes along this perfect storm. And every time that I have caught even an inkling of a wave of this, I have made a fortune, and people in my team have made fortunes. And when you look out in the industry and you look at a lot of the leaders that are out in the direct selling, in the home business, in the MLM, whatever you want to call it, right? We've got all kinds of network marketing. We've got all kinds of names for it. People don't want to call it MLM I totally get it. But when you look out in the industry, a lot of those leaders came out of my teams in different companies. And every time I've been able to catch a wave like this, I've made a fortune, and so have a lot of other people who've never been successful in anything else. So what is that magical combination of factors? Well, I'm going to run through this. And if you don't have a pen in your hand, you should. Otherwise, I don't know, poke your finger and write it in blood, because these factors are so important when you're looking at an opportunity. Carla's laughing at me. She almost fell off from her chair. Carla and I have been working together a long time. She knows I have no filter on my mouth. But these factors, I've studied and studied and studied. My first company, I made $1 million in 16 months, and I was not the brightest bulb in the chandelier by any sense of the word. I was like ignorance on fire, right? In fact, people would always correct me on my spelling, and it would drive me nuts because here I am making $1 million and they're correcting me on my spelling. And I wasn't a spelling teacher. I wasn't an English teacher. I was a biology teacher, right? So I can tell you how to make babies and grow plants. Like really good. I can tell you how to do those things. But I studied this industry, and these are the factors. These are the factors that have created so much success. Number one, you have to have a new opportunity. A new opportunity. People will tell me all day long, well, my company's been around for 20 years. My company's been around for 30 years. That's awesome, because here's how they started out. Then they went, woo, and now they're in a flat line. And they have a little bit of growth. They're like a little bit, right? And you're getting in at the little bit, right? So you have to have a new opportunity. Number two, you have to have a product that people do not need to be sold. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but you need a product that people you don't have to explain it to them, right? Like you don't have to say, okay, here's my new jungle juice, and my jungle juice is better than the other jungle juice because it has these 3 special jungle fruits. And these 3 special jungle fruits are going to get absorbed into your intestines in a special way that are going to create a catabolic reaction, right? You guys are like, right? Like, no new person can do that. Like, they need a PhD in, like, why you need this jungle juice, right? So you need a product that does not need to be sold. People just get it. Like, their minds are wrapped around it. They're accustomed to buying it. And this is the ticket right here. Listen to this. This is the ticket. The ticket is they want to spend their disposable income on it. You know, that extra income. They want to spend their extra income on it. Not what's already in the budget, but they've got this extra money and they're like, oh yeah, I want that. Right? So they want to spend their extra money on it. Then you have to make sure that there is a system that anybody can do. That's number 3. A system anybody can do. Here's the thing. I'm a 7-figure earner. My goal is always 7 figures. In this industry, I cannot sell my way to 7 figures. I can't do it. If I was selling jets, maybe, right? But geez, talk about a hard push. Would you sell 1 jet every 18 months or something, you know? So in this industry, I can't do it, right? So I need a team of people that I can guarantee are going to have some success because my system is so simple, right? And not that I can guarantee your success. I can just guarantee that some people are going to be successful with my system. Whether you're one of the some or the none, I don't know. Right? Everyone's got to work hard in business and life. We all get that, right? You can sit on a couch and eat Fritos all day long. I don't know what your game is in life, right? The system doesn't do it for you, but you can use the system to create success, right? So you need a system that's simple enough that a brand new person can come in with no learning curve and be like, wow, ABC, I can do ABC. Let me do ABC. And they do ABC, and next thing you know, cha-ching, they've made a commission, right? So you have to have a very simple system. Number 4, I will tell you this all day long, who you work with is more important than what you're doing any given day. Every business that I've been in, I've worked with people that have made more money than me. Why do I do that? Because I don't want to work with people who make less money than me. 1, they're going to buy my excuses, and yeah, I get lazy too. Right? So they're going to buy my excuses. And 2, I want inspiration. I want someone who knows, you know, one of my mentors is making $300,000 a week. I've never made $300,000 in a week. So like, I want to know what he's doing, right? Or $300,000 in a month. Sorry, $300,000 in a month. One of my mentors is making $200,000 a week. $200,000 a week. So I want to know what they're doing. So, and number 5 is you have to make sure you can get paid and paid well. I don't sell vitamins because I don't want to make $5 every time I sell vitamins. I don't care if you tell me everyone in my group is going to sell it and I'm going to make $1 off of everybody else, because the odds of them being able to sell the bottle of vitamins is very slim, right? And I'm not, if you're in a vitamin company, I'm not condemning your company. I buy from people in vitamin companies, but I don't choose that as my business model because I can't grow it fast enough, right? There's not enough people. There's not enough success that goes around. So that combination of perfection is the ideal scenario for marketing online where you can have viral success. Now, what does that look like? You guys have seen this, you've experienced it, and you've been through it. You've seen it, you've experienced it, and you've been through it. Now it's time to make it work for you. Here's what it looks like. You're sitting on Facebook, right? And an ad pops up with a story. And you're like, wow, this is pretty interesting, right? You start reading the story. And next thing you know, there's a link there. You click on the link, you end up on a page, you fill out your information, bam, you're on somebody's list. You get an email, the email, you get a second email, a third email. All of a sudden, you feel like you need to buy whatever that person is selling. For me, it's happened multiple times, right? I just had a bra shipped to my house that I bought off of Facebook. Who buys a bra off of Facebook? I don't know. I did because it was compelling enough, right? I sold Carla on getting smoothies because it was compelling enough, right? With what we're showing you, we have been in beta on this, and I will tell you the results are extraordinary. It is unbelievable. In fact, Carla will tell you, I gave her one page that was created for this, and she had like 60% of the people that landed on the page filled out the form. What 68. If you could have, what was it?
68%, 68.25%.
Boom! 68% of the people who landed on that page filled it out. Now, what if you could have 7-figure earners giving you their marketing system with a perfect product, a perfect system, perfect momentum, like it's all perfect, giving you their marketing system and the exact tools that you could use, including video SEO, viral marketing, Facebook lead ads, where you don't have to go buy a course on Facebook ads. All you have to do is push a button. Can you click a button? If you can click a link and a button, drop a 1 there in the chat. If you can click a link and a button, I just want to make sure everybody here knows how to use a mouse to click a button. Yeah, right? Look at that. 1 times 1,000, right? Of course you can. That's how you create duplication and success. That's how you grow a team from 12 people to over 300 people, right? By clicking a button. That's it. So I could go on and on and on about this, but I will tell you that we are putting this together for you right now. We are maybe 2-3 weeks away from this. We've been in beta. It's outrageously awesome and exciting. And it comes down to you getting access to the same exact tools that we have used to create 7 figures over and over and over again. Now, that's the system. That is the technology that we're using. How we're monetizing it, you're going to learn a lot more about that coming up. But I'm going to shut my mouth here for a second because I can go on and on and on and on. And I'm going to pass the torch over to Carla. Who? Wait. I got to introduce you properly because that was lame-o. That was lame-o. In case you don't know who Carla Silver is, I've known Carla for about 10 years. We met somewhere around the world. I forgot. Was it Mexico the first time we met each other? Italy? I don't know. It was somewhere. We've been all over the world together. Or we've been all over the world together. Carla is a dynamo. She's a best-selling author. She was ranked as one of the top 50 online, 50, right? One of the top 50 online marketers in the world. She is just an online genius superstar. And when you meet her, she comes across so humble, and like you'd never in a million years know that, you know, behind this like humble, just super genuine, generous person is this online marketing brain of genius. And that's Carla Silver. So come on out, Carla.
Well, thank you, Shannon. And I will just return the compliment for those of you listening that don't know Shannon. She was the first person I ever met that was making over 100K a month, not in corporate America. So she was the first home-based business entrepreneur that I ever knew that was doing that. So thank you for that introduction, Shannon. And of course, she's gone on to make millions and millions and millions since back in the day when I met her. Guys, what we're going to share with you tonight, here's the big difference. The huge, I just want you to wrap your heads around this. This, from my point of view, is an enormous customer play. Enormous customer play. When I saw this product at a time in my life where there was a lot of drama going on. It happened to roll through my Facebook feed. I had no idea there was a business opportunity attached to it. And I thought, holy cow, I've got to buy that. Things happened. There was a lot of drama happening in my life. My husband was in the hospital. My mother-in-law had fallen down and broken her hip, and all kinds of drama was happening at the time. But so I didn't make the buying decision. I went to the hospital that day, talked to Don, who you're going to hear from later, talked to Don, and he said, I don't feel so good. Can we talk about this at another time? And I didn't pull the trigger. And thank goodness, because just a few short months later, I saw that there was a business opportunity to what we're going to share with you today. And my head absolutely exploded with the ideas about how we can monetize this, and how not just Shannon and Saul and the people you're going to meet on the webinar tonight and myself and my husband could monetize this. This could benefit any of you that are looking to be set, frankly, for the rest of your life. And I know that we're going to be talking about money, so we should actually play our little disclaimer. How's that? And so I'll bring that up and I'll read it just so that we're in integrity with everybody. Obviously, I'm going to read this to you guys. Practicality dictates that everyone's results will vary, as we are all unique and different. Basically, it takes hard work to make substantial income in this business. Some people will make no money at all. The earnings of a World Global Network partner will be totally dependent on their skills, work effort, commitment, leadership, capabilities, marketing conditions. Common sense would suggest in most opportunities, one would find exceptional individuals performing well above average, while other people sit on the couch, eat bonbons, and perform under average. World Global Network does not guarantee any level of income for your success. See our income disclosure. Please see our website, www.worldgn.com. Okay, so back to I'm glad we got that over with. I want to be in integrity with everybody because we are not promising anything. But as a marketer, as somebody that has had some experience in this field, I saw an opportunity to build the infrastructure that Shannon just explained to you, the infrastructure that would allow a lot of people to make a lot of money without any home parties, the traditional stuff, right? Going to networking meetings, everybody can do that. I'm not telling you not to, but home parties, networking meetings, events, out harpooning people at Starbucks. All of that, as you will see, is not for us. I saw an opportunity to build this machine, and that is why we are so excited to be here with you guys tonight, because it is ready. The beast is about to be unveiled, and you have an opportunity to be part of that. But before I go on, I do want to pass the baton over to a couple that have been #1 income earners and other opportunities. They have, just like so many individuals, when you get involved here, you're going to say, oh my gosh, That person is here. She's here. He's here. All of these people are here at this opportunity, and some big names that are not even associated with being in businesses at home-based businesses. They're the trainers in the industry are all getting started here. So counting among those wonderful individuals are the two individuals that I'm going to introduce to you now. And they've got some wonderful knowledge to share with you. Todd and Leah Getz, take it away.
Hi. Well, thank you, Carla. Welcome. We are so excited. And sorry, this is real life work from home, guys. This is Henry. He's 4 months old. And there's no keeping him quiet unless he's in my lap right now. So let's rock and roll with this.
Right. Well, and here's the thing. We're #1 income earners in one of our other companies. But the thing is that what we're doing right now, what we're about to unveil to you, is what we call the anti-MLM.
Yeah.
Right. And it's before we got started with it, like Carla, we just started as customers.
Right. We saw something in 2 minutes and knew that we wanted to buy it.
Right.
And then if we wanted to buy it in 2 minutes, we better take a look at that opportunity.
Right. But here's the thing. Before we decided to get involved with the opportunity, we had just about sworn off network marketing.
Yeah.
Right. Because we're trainers in the industry. We talk to a lot of people. We coach a lot of people. We've done a lot of training from on stage and off stage. And
a lot of affiliate marketing.
Yeah, a lot of affiliate marketing, but a lot of network marketers, right? Trying to make their business succeed from home. And we just kept hearing the same story over and over and over. And it wasn't just that other people had the same story. It was that we were witnessing the same thing with our downline, is that we could recruit people, but the people that we were bringing in weren't necessarily having success.
Right.
And there's some very specific reasons for that. The thing is, network marketing has really, over the years, earned a really bad reputation for itself.
Yeah.
But the ironic part is that if you just explain to people what network marketing is without saying multi-level marketing, people love the idea. We still love the idea of network marketing. It's just that we haven't seen it in a company to where people are actually building lifelong residual long-term incomes, right?
Normal people.
Normal people.
Right.
Right? But so if you just explain it to people without saying network marketing, they actually love the idea, right? Because if you say, well, imagine if you bought the latest Apple iPhone, right? And it was just the best thing ever and you loved it. And so you wrote a great review for it, right, on the internet. And you were telling everybody about just how fast it was and how sleek and elegant it looked and how the screen was just so clear and crisp and high definition and durable. You dropped it and it didn't crack, right, like the early ones did. And so you wrote up this review for it, and Apple saw that review. Right, and Apple they contact you and they say, hey, thank you so much for that awesome review. Tell you what, since you did such a good job with that, and since this is bringing in customers for us, we're going to give you 10% of every sale that comes in if they've read your review first. Right, so every customer that you refer to us, we're going to give you 10% of the sale. Plus, if those people bring in other people, okay, if they refer in other customers, we're going to give you a referral bonus for those people as well. Right, now imagine if Apple started doing that, right? People, who would say no to that, right? Who would say no? The whole world would go crazy, right? The whole world would go crazy. But the thing is, that's what network marketing is, right?
That's what it's supposed to be.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Right.
Right? But the thing is, somewhere along the way, network marketing got a really bad reputation for itself. Now why is that? It's because you had company after company after company just coming out of the woodwork, right? Just coming out of the woodwork, all promoting the same stuff. Right. What we call Me Too products.
Just to make money.
Just to make money.
Right.
Just lotions, potions, magic pills, jungle juice, right? And hundreds and hundreds of companies doing all the same thing. Not only that, but they're all saying the same things about themselves, right? Ground floor opportunity, best products on the market. Fast. How many companies have said this? Fastest growing nutrition company, or fastest growing this or that company, right? And they can, travel company or whatever else it is. We have an amazing upline that down to earth people and will give you the shirt off their back, and they really want you to succeed, right? And once you know it, right place, right time. Every company saying the exact same thing.
Cliche.
Yeah, it's just cliche after cliche after. And the thing is, the first time you hear it, it sounds amazing, right? The first time you hear it, it sounds amazing until you you realize that literally every other single company is marketing the same products, they're saying the same things, and they're all going after the same target market, right? And that's what we call the red ocean, right? The red ocean. All these companies fighting with each other with the same product, with the same story, for the same target market, and the ocean is just red with blood, right? That's the red ocean. The thing is that would be okay, right? That would be okay if you could actually make some money with it. If you could actually make some money with it. But the thing is, like I said, these are all Me Too companies,
Right.
and so you're trying to convince people to buy a $45 protein shake over here when they look over here at Walmart and say, well, the same thing is like $15.
Like, but it's not the same thing.
Right?
The products are so much better.
Exactly.
And plus, you have shipping on top of the $45.
Right. You can get the same thing from Amazon, Walmart, no taxes, free 2-day shipping, right? And then you try to compare that with a $45 product that, yeah, it takes a week to ship. You got to pay for the shipping and taxes, right? And you can come up with all sorts of stories about what the ingredients are and do an ingredient comparison, and then tell them about how the ingredients, they're sourced from the most distant, spring-fed rainforest in the Congo, and then they're shipped over to Thailand where they're blessed by the cloistered monks in the most remote mountains, and then it's shipped back to the United States where it goes through a patented 78-step manufacturing process or something, right? You can explain all that, but in the end, it's just information overload for people,
right?
It's just and what happens when you overload people with information? All they see is protein shake $45, protein shake $15. That's all they see, right? And the only reason people get started with these companies is because of the compensation plan.
Right.
Bottom line, that's the only. They have no customer base. It's all distributors.
Right.
And
that's why they require.
And that's why they require an auto ship.
An
auto ship. And auto ships. What are we looking at? A 6 or 8% retention rate with an auto ship?
It's bad.
Now,
it's bad.
Now imagine this. I mean, you got a company that is paying you to promote their products, and if the products are supposedly so great, why? And they're paying you to promote them and to use them. Why are only 6 to 8% people sticking around?
Right.
Right. It's because number one, people don't really want the products, and number two, nobody's making money with the opportunity because there's no customer base. I mean, I can't tell you how many times we've met 6, 7, figure earners who have built up these large organizations in companies like these. And, I don't know how many generations down they build their downline, but at some point they stop, right? Because they think they're set, right? But slowly, month after month, that income that they built up,
that attrition,
it just erodes. You can't build lifelong residual income with a 6 to 8% retention rate.
No.
Right? And what happens, let's say that you build your organization, say 20 levels deep, okay? If you have no customer base, if the only reason people are getting started is because of the compensation plan, that 20th level, when they don't make any money, what happens? They quit, okay? So that your 20th generation down quits, now your 19th generation, suddenly when that 20th generation quits, now the 19th generation is not making any money. So what happens? They quit. Right. Then the next level up, and it just goes on and on and on. So you're in constant build mode. You're in constant recruit mode if you want to keep making money with what you're doing. And that's not why people get involved with network marketing. That's not beach money. That's not walk away. Having to fill like a leaky bucket with water. I mean, the people are quitting faster than you can bring them in. And that's what we had found just over and over and over in this industry. And it's kind of why until we finally saw this, why we had just about sworn off network marketing. Yeah. It's because we had just had the same experience
over and over again,
and the same story that we've heard over and over and over from everyone else that we had talked to. So
right. Yeah, it's been now imagine what a 6 to 8% retention rate versus what do we got? 80?
Look at a company like Apple, 92% retention rate. Do they require an auto ship? No. You know how much they make on an iPhone? It only costs $225 to manufacture an iPhone. They sell these things for $650 to $700, right? Apple has a nearly $2 billion marketing budget. Okay, so imagine with that kind of a profit margin and that much for marketing, imagine if they took that and just paid it to people who were referring people in, right? Imagine what would happen to them. Already a 92% retention rate. right? Imagine if you had that in a network marketing company. That's what we're looking at here. That's what we're looking at here.
Awesome. Awesome.
So why don't we start to reveal what we're talking about here, guys? Are you up for that? Anybody nodding on that? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I'm watching
obviously
Facebook.
what we're
It's
talking
going
about
crazy.
here tonight is technology. Shannon and Saul started talking about technology and about how the big money in the world right now is being made in the technology sector. And we just happen to be part of a technology sector, part of a sector in the technology world that is set to more than triple in the next couple of years without knowing what we're going to be doing next. So Saul, I'm going to pass the baton over to you and have you take it away, sir.
Okay, well, super excited. Man, oh man, the Shevitz, as my Uncle Henry would say. You know, if Apple changed their business model to network marketing and said, hey, person watching this webinar, we're going to change it up. We're going to take the $100 million we spend every year on marketing and pay you.
$2 billion.
Oh, sorry. Let me raise the numbers. Let's take the $2 billion we spend on marketing and pay you. How many of you would get involved with that? Drop a 1 if that's you. Any business owner in the world that you ever ask that question to, I guarantee you they will drop a 1. So let me make sure you guys can actually drop a 1 there. Okay, great. So guys, remember that meeting I talked about in the very beginning? I want to introduce you to the company owner that I met in that small room where there were 25 of us. 25. There was 25 of us in the room that met this owner, and I want to introduce you to this man here. Oh, I'm going to share my screen. This man is an inventor. He is a pioneer. He is one of the most humblest company owners I've ever met, Fabio Galdi. I'll tell the story behind the story. So let me tell you how this meeting went. We basically sat around and we all had 3 to 10 questions written down. There were 25 of us. And this man stood up for 3 hours answering questions openly, honestly, about the future, about the product, about comp plan, about everything. And, this is the guy that, founded the 2nd largest ISP in Italy, 5th largest in Europe. If you can touch your iPhone or iPad and manipulate something on the screen, he's responsible for some of that technology. And 2005 developed one of the very first VoIP, it's like voice over internet protocol. Think of it like an internet cell phone. So he's an inventor, he's a pioneer, he's a multi-millionaire. He's not doing this for the money, guys. But we'll talk about something very important that will be coming up in our release later that relates to him and his family. So he stands around for 3 hours. We asked him questions. I mean, difficult questions. And at the end, he asked us one question. He says, may I ask you a question? I said, of course, sure. He says, may I sit down? After 3 hours of standing. So just to give you a sense of the humble spirit of this man, and he loves the vehicle of network marketing. And I will tell you, as a president in this company, I get approached by giant corporations and people that have very large contacts that want to buy $1 million, $2 million, $5 million of our products like that and go sell them. And, just doing due diligence, I will bring these deals to him, and every single time he says no. And I have so much respect for him because he knows that as soon as he does that, this business won't help anyone else, right? Once you change the model. So he's absolutely committed long-term to this model. Now, I want to introduce you to one other person that is in our team, that's in our corporate team. Now, we've been talking a lot about Apple, right? You may or may not know who this person is. This is the man that designed the iWatch and the Apple iPhone 5, 6, and 7. His name is Antonio De Rosa. You can look him up. He works for us. He's our chief design operator, okay? Chief design officer. He designs our products. And let me tell you, when you're in the room, like you guys are right now, with someone like Fabio and someone like Antonio, you get a window into the future of technology. It's like we like to refer to Fabio as the Steve Jobs of network marketing because his vision is to create the largest technology-based company that uses network marketing as a distribution model. So as you're watching this, I want you to think about this company as a technology company, right? Or a technology company that uses the model of network marketing because that helps the most amount of people. So I can hear a child just wanting to break into the room and say hi to you all. So I'm going to be brief here. What I want to show you right now is a 2-minute video. And the reason I want to show you this is not because of what's in the video, although that will be amazing to you. The reason I want to show you this is because I want you to think, as you're watching this, can I send someone a link to watch a 2-minute video? This is me texting, and this is me typing, right? Can I go, boop, 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 2-minute video? Can you watch 2-minute video? Can you watch 2-minute video? Drop a 1 if you're able to, if you can do that, okay? So with that in mind, just watch this quick video, and we'll get right back to you in 1 second. All right, let's do it. Let's do it in English.
Introducing Hilo, the world's first lifestyle oracle, a wearable wellness and bioparameters monitoring device unlike any other on the planet. In real time, Hilo can take important measurements such as heart rate, breath rate, steps taken, and calories burned. Hilo can also sense your mood. Whether you are excited or fatigued, Hilo can sense it. Not only does your Hilo monitor your important measurements, but it also produces a daily, weekly, and even monthly report that you can provide to your trainer or physician. Once you pair your Hilo with a smartphone application, you can track the bioparameters and well-being of your loved ones. Imagine the sense of security that would come from monitoring your aging parents from thousands of miles away, or from knowing you will receive alerts if your spouse's bioparameters are no longer in a healthy range. Hilo can also alert you if your loved ones are in danger. Once you connect to your loved one's Hilo via a smartphone app, his or her Hilo can send you emergency alerts using the GPS feature of your smartphone. All your loved one has to do is press the panic button twice, and an emergency alert with the exact GPS coordinates will be sent directly to your phone via text or email. Now you can go about your day with total peace of mind, and that is a priceless feature. Also, you can easily download a wide range of other features through the Hilo App Store. This exclusive app store allows developers to create and publish their own apps and plugins, further increasing the potential of the Hilo and its functions. For example, with the help of apps found on the Hilo App Store, you can now monitor measurements not found on the basic Hilo app, such as blood pressure and EKG. Because of the Hilo's innovative technology and hardware design, the exclusive Hilo App Store will soon be able to give Hilo devices the ability to monitor blood sugar levels, blood alcohol levels, oxygen levels, temperature. And they will even be able to keep away disease-delivering mosquitoes. And this is just a sneak peek. The potential of the Hilo is unlimited. Finally, don't forget the benefits of the 99.9% pure germanium stones. The germanium stones fit snugly against your skin on the inside of the Hilo wristband and may provide a number of wellness benefits. All these fantastic features led to the Hilo being voted the best direct selling product of 2017. Now that you've seen the power of this revolutionary product, we're convinced you're ready to order a Hilo for you and for each of your family members. However, Hilo cannot be found in stores. Hilo can only be purchased online. So click on the Buy It Now link or ask for more information right now.
Okay, cool. So drop a 1 if you can share a 2-minute video. Guys, 2-minute video. That is how we have built this entire business from a 2-minute video. So real quick, we're actually going to end this webinar in about 8 minutes. But what I want to show you is, remember little old person that I didn't mention his name that introduced me to the company owner, Fabio? Well, let me tell you his name. His name is Ramasio Fulcher. Now let me see if I can find something online here. Hold on. There's, as a result of being involved in our company, and you've seen our income disclaimer, so you better hang on to your seat right now. He is, can you see this? the number, hold on. He's the number 19 income earner in the entire world, okay? So if you can see this, this is my personal sponsor. So if you're watching this, you're connected to us, you're connected to the number 19 earner in the world, and yes, it gets better, okay? He made $340,000 last month. His sponsor, Chad, he's the number 8 earner. This is a third-party source, so you can verify it and see your income disclosure, of course. Chad and Tita, $750,000 in a month. Their enrollers, Chanita, Nat, Corona, Putra, guys, and for ladies that are watching this, you know, network marketing is 80% women. Chanita Puranaputra is the number 1 female earner in the world. She's number 1 in the world. How would you, ladies, like to work with the top female income earner in the entire world? That is what has happened. And just a couple other names I want to mention, I think they would be okay with this, is there's a gentleman by the name of Mike Sims, who is a industry veteran. You'll find him on this list somewhere, who was making about 6 figures a month in his previous company. He cut that check to come here because he saw he can make 7 figures. And there's a dozen more, some of which are public, some of which are not. I know a gentleman by the name of Travis Flaherty, multi-7-figure earner in our industry, left what he was doing to come here, and in 6 months, he's now grand president, makes an average of $30,000 per week. And the stories go on and on and on because what Shannon said, which is timing. If you're watching this, this product started shipping 4 months ago in the United States. 4 months ago. So we're going to wrap up here. But just so you know, if you're watching this live, you're in the room. This is the very, 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 very beginning. And 10,000 people will see this in the next 24 hours. So with that said, I'm going to pass it over to Todd.
I got to jump out here, Saul. There's a couple of things. The numbers, first of all, like, wow, 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 right? And I want to share something with you guys here that's so important. And I want you to remember that I was a high school teacher, right? So I'm a teacher by nature, and I'm going to teach you something here really powerful about making money that was never taught to me. You can make a ton of money if you are in front of a wave instead of behind it, right? Now, the number one question probably going through your mind, and I want you to think about this. I want you to think, when you were watching that 2-minute video, when you were watching that, did you think, wow, that looks cool? Wow, that looks pretty awesome. And then you start to think, oh, yeah, my Aunt Sally is having all kinds of heart problems. That would be really cool for her. Or my Uncle Bob is, he's having all these things. Or my coworker this, or my coworker that, right? So you automatically start thinking about it, right? Like who could use? I want it. Who else could use it, right? But let's think beyond that, because I'm not a person that's going to tell you to like go have a home party. Like that's not my gig, right? So I want you to think of how am I going to get people interested? Well, first of all, I want to tell you that you could make an absolute fortune here just by customer acquisition, just by people wanting the product. I want you to think about if you have a Fitbit, drop a 1 in there. If you have an Apple Watch, drop a 1. A Fitbit or an Apple Watch or a Garmin, or any of these. If you have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch or any of these things, go ahead and drop a 1 over there in the chat box. And if you have told anybody about any type of technology, like you got a new TV and you were like, check out my new TV. This curved screen is awesome, 4K, all of that. If you told anybody about that, and then next thing you know, they've gone out and they've bought it, you can drop a 1 over there too, right? Technology is the most viral industry on the planet. Viral. I bought a Fitbit because I saw it on somebody's wrist and I was like, oh, what's that? And then they showed me what it was. And next thing you know, I'm at Costco buying my multi-pack of Fitbits with all the colored bands and all everything, right? Because that's how technology works, right? How did I get an Apple Watch? I saw somebody with an Apple Watch. I saw them texting with their Apple Watch, and I was like, wow, that's cool, right? That's how technology works. So I want you to think about this, because we're not just talking about the viral verbal sharing. We're talking about matching up what Carla and I do, which is sell millions of dollars worth of product online. Millions of dollars worth of product online. To monetize that with a product that is so sexy and hot, they couldn't even keep it in stock. Like, sold out. It hit the street, sold out. Just like an Apple. I mean, think about this. Technology. I was in Times Square. People were sleeping in Times Square 48 hours before the iPhone 7 was released. I thought it was all homeless people. I was like, what are all these homeless people doing here? Like, things have gotten really bad in New York City. Things have gotten really awful. And there's police officers there and everything else. And I said to my husband, I was like, I can't believe these people are like well-dressed homeless people in New York City. And the police officer starts laughing. He's like, no, they're waiting for the iPhone. I'm like, it's not even released for a couple of days. This is technology. You have the opportunity right now. Sure, you missed out on Microsoft stock. Sure, you missed out on Apple stock. Our stock we're on the New York Stock Exchange. Our stock has gone through the roof, like 300, 400, 500% growth. You have an opportunity right now, and I'm not saying this insultingly, but you have an opportunity right now, if you're smart enough to take it, to get in front of the biggest wave you're going to see in the tech industry. The wearable technology industry right now is predicted in 2.5 years to surpass the cell phone industry. It will be the #1 grossing industry on the planet. And through some miracle, we have all been given an opportunity to partake of the piles and piles and piles of cash being generated in this industry. Carla sent me a text. This is how I got started. Carla sent me a text and said, I've stepped on piles of money. You need to do this. Right? That's how I got started. So there's a lot of money here. And I will tell you, between the system that is in place, the fact that you don't even have to recruit people if you don't want to. People just share a 2-minute video with people who are going to want to be customers. Right? Do you think doctors want this? Yes. Do you think chiropractors want this? Yes. Do you think nurses want this? Nursing homes, midwives? Yes. Grandmas? Yes. Athletes? Yes. Right? Is there anybody who doesn't want something that not only gives them every benefit of a Fitbit or anything else, but is a predictive health device where they can alert their loved ones and their physicians of their daily measurements, and is advancing? One of the things I'm most excited about, this product, and I know you guys are going to think this is goofy, but I'm in South America right now. The number of warnings I've gotten about Zika virus is absurd. I have more pamphlets and propaganda from airports, airplanes, immigration, like a stack of propaganda about Zika virus, right? Mosquitoes going to bite you. You're going to get this life-threatening virus. Our device electronically repels mosquitoes, no matter where you are in the world, right? So we're talking about technological advancement. We're talking about the technology of online marketing, you benefiting from our 7-figure sales machines aligned with a product that is
Oop, did we lose Shannon?
Yeah.
Did we lose Shannon? To the Colombian cartel.
Oh
Here's where
no.
we are, guys. Here's we are. I shouldn't say that. I hope she's fine. But she is on a cruise ship in South America. guys, here's where we are. People are getting started here, not because necessarily that the company is mature yet, not necessarily because it's 6 years old. It reinvented itself with this product last year. Not just because we have a partnership with a small little company called Toshiba that is our worldwide partner. Not because the company already does business in 195 countries. Not because we have an opportunity to be in front of a tidal wave of money that's moving in the technology industry. Not just because we have a product that, in my personal opinion, we can market like crazy online. We don't have to have that personal touch. It will go. Because I'm the first person that, when I first saw it, I was buying it. I had no idea there was a business opportunity attached to it or not. Not because the president is a tech guru. Not because our chief design officer came straight to us from Apple. Not because some of the industry greats are getting started here. Not just because of that. Not because of all of that. But because you're here right now, and average people like you and me have the opportunity to take advantage of all of that and take advantage of the mentoring that's available here. I want to underscore one last thing, and I'm going to hand it over to Leah to show you how you can get started. The company has a huge vision, and I want you to cast your mind back to 2008 when we're going to talk a little bit about Apple again. They came out with a cell phone, and the industry was scratching its head saying, what the heck is a computer company doing coming out with a mobile phone? And as a matter of fact, their first phone, probably the first two phones, were awful. They were awful. But what they had that was a changer in the industry that has changed all of our lives is their app store. They debuted with a couple of apps, and now they have over 8 million apps in their app store. World Global Network debuted the Hilo App Store just a couple of months ago. We debuted with a couple of apps. Now we have hundreds, if not thousands, of developers all over the world that are developing apps for this device. Apps like the mosquito shield that Shannon told you about. Apps like whether or not a woman is ovulating or not. Now, you might laugh at that, but being a woman, I don't know a woman between the age of 18 and 50 that doesn't want to know that for one reason or another. That's coming down the line. The blood oxygenation levels, the efficacy of your vitamins. There's a guy that's even developing a lie detector. Guys, the limits of what this device can do is only limited by the imaginations of the developers that are developing apps for this device. And the big bad mama jama that we are super excited about that's coming out in the fourth quarter this year is blood glucose monitoring. Now, you might be thinking, wow, that's interesting, but blood glucose monitoring, 1 in 8 people in the United States have diabetes, 1 in 11 around the world. That's 30 million people here, if I'm doing my math correct, in the United States that have diabetes. I did some math today. I researched what those strips cost, how much people have to lance their fingers and put a drop of blood on those strips. On average, the strips cost about $1 a piece. If a person is a healthy diabetic, they have to manage their blood glucose levels twice a day. So if you do that math, that's over $25 billion in blood glucose strips only that will dissolve. When this happens, diabetics will no longer, just by wearing this device, it will non-invasively test their blood glucose levels. People, this is why you are looking at a group of individuals that are crazy pants excited about what we have here. And we have been testing this and testing this and testing this for the last 8 months. And if you're listening to my voice right now, you're in the right place. And I'm going to wrap up right after Leah shows you how you can get started here and how you can join this leadership team at the top of the food chain, so to speak, at the very beginning. Because as this rolls out across the world, and I want to stress we do business in over 195 countries. As it rolls out across the world, our businesses have already 12x'd. They're going to 112x. And every single time somebody buys an ovulation detector app, or every time somebody subscribes to the blood glucose, or anytime a new product comes out, guess who gets paid? you. So Leah, take it away.
Awesome, Carla. That is exactly why we got started. When we saw this here, guys, we saw something that we wanted to buy in 2 minutes, and heck, we got to take a close look at business. And we did, and we got super crazy excited. My background, I'm not a nurse anymore, guys, but I used to be. And that blood glucose thing, that's like mic drop, game over. Right. Not even kidding. Right. How much money would a diabetic pay to not be a pincushion every day?
Right. Well, and the interesting thing about that is that Apple announced that they're working on the same technology. They put an official press release out about it. The thing is that they said they're at least 5 years out from this technology. Ours is coming fourth quarter this year. Yeah. We are 5 years ahead of Apple on this. Huge. Not only that, but like Carla, you mentioned the App Store. The cell phone apps are a $4 billion industry just by themselves. $4 billion just in apps.
Yeah. It's huge. It's huge. So guys, this is what you need to do. Okay. Whoever invited you to this webinar gave you a way to contact with them. All right. How to fill out the application. All right. Now I'm going to break down for you your options. We keep this really simple. Why is duplication so easy here? You don't have 50 different products and you have to understand all the complexities between all of them and make package decisions. No, we have one main product, guys. That is it. We keep it super simple. So I'm going to break this down for you right here. Okay. To get started tonight, guys, we have 3 main packages that we talk about for business builders. All right. 3 main packages. The all-in pack. All right, we're going to start at the top, guys. This is the Mac Daddy pack. This is the pack for people who they've got money to invest. They want to go hard and fast with this. All right, they want as much product in their hand to create as much buzz, to get as much going as possible right off the bat. Okay, the all-in pack is actually a combination pack. It's a combination of this premium pack, which is 6 Hilo devices with all the accessories, plus the BioZen bundle 30. Okay, so that ends up being about 48 total BioZen chips, and it's our accessory product, guys. It's total of $33.49. Okay, that is package for those